Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, and good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk. You me funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! Yeah, Brad Gilmore with ESPN Radio and CW in Houston. Ken Scott, thank you so much for taking the time. Congrats on the film, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, let me start, Sky, with you. When you get this story, you get this script, I don't know how it comes to you, however it does, and you start going through the pages of it to understand what the story is about. What is your initial reaction when reading about this character?
My first interaction with it was actually my agent sent me through John Chow's Wikipedia page. So that was really my first interaction. And then I started reading the script, which felt so vastly different from what I had read on the internet. It felt like a really human take and human look at a young man who's trying to make his way in the world and in search of connection. Whether you see that as being with a group of people or with his father, his family, his friends. It's about, to me, I connected a lot with trying to find your place in the world.
Yeah, I mean, Ken, that's actually really beautifully said, is finding your place in the world. Now, when you read the script, where did you find your place in the script? What was speaking to you about it?
It's funny, when I got this script, maybe like 7 or 8 months before I got the script, I had a phone conversation with my dad that didn't end well. And I remember the last few things we said to each other. And then we hadn't talked for 8 months. When I got the script, there was a scene, there was a section of the script that was no longer, it got taken out for some reason. But almost verbatim, it was what we had said to each other. I mean, it was vague enough so that you can imagine it happening in any kind of context. But something about that struck me. And I remember maybe 3-4 days after that, I was in a waiting room for something totally unrelated. And I thought about this script and I was like, I'm going to look up, my first thought was, what does Patrick, the dad, what does he look like? How do I resemble him? Whatever. So I started looking him up just to kind of pass the time. And it wasn't until after that I realized that the first time I looked him up and was starting to investigate this film, my place in it, it was December 18th, John Chow's birthday. And so something about those two things I was like, I think I'm supposed to do this, you know. So that was my in, and I think throughout the process, you know, sometimes you tune into, or you allow yourself to tune into a certain frequency that allows subtle voices to enter. And I think I put myself in that kind of headspace. And that informed a lot of this project for me.
Well, how beautifully said, and thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah.
An incredible and enthralling story. I mean, I could hear you talk for an hour about all of your thoughts leading up into the role. Sky, I think you agree with me. But also, Sky, when you're taking on a story that's already been told in a different format and something that is real life, right? Something based on an actual person. Can you separate that and look at it just as a character, or do you have to have this extra added pressure of I'm portraying something that is real?
I'd be lying to say that there wasn't the added pressure, because I felt like this was a person who wasn't offered dignity in his death, and was more than his death. You know, he had a life and a family. But ultimately, we had to, and you inevitably in any format divorce reality from it, because it is a fiction. Even in a documentary, you know, I think you're coming at certain things from a particular lens, and really this story became, it felt at least, so much more about how we related to John, and we sort of John became this sort of vessel for us to understand ourselves and our own relationships in our lives, and how we connected to family and friends. It became so much more of that than it did trying to create any sort of emulation of a human being.
Well, y'all did a phenomenal job on the project. I have 1,000 more questions I could ask you, but I'm out of time, unfortunately. So, Ken, Sky, thank you again. Thank you so much for sharing your insights.
Thank you, Brad.
Y'all have a good one.